Step 3. Say the word with the tone. The tones. Tones are a part of Vietnamese language that make it unique. Though tones are fundamental to Vietnamese language, they're not simple or easy. They take a long time to get used to. Using the correct tone is totally innate for native speakers, much like word stress is innate for English speakers. In Vietnamese, changing the tone often changes the meaning of the word, so it's important to get the tone right. There are 6 tones in Vietnamese, and they are named Dấu sắc, rising tone, Dấu huyền, falling tone, Dấu ngang, flat tone or no tone, Dấu ngã, the wave tone, Dấu hỏi, the question mark, Dấu nặng, the dot. You could probably guess, Dấu means tone. Notice that the name of each tone carries its own tone. Sắc carries the rising tone, Huyền has the falling tone, Ngang, flat tone, etc. Dấu sắc, the rising tone. In English, we sometimes make a rising tone at the end of a question, like, are you sure? Sure has a rising tone. Here are 3 things to focus on as you practice dấu sắc. Think of a musical scale going up. Ah. Slide up the musical scale. Ah. As you go up, notice that your throat gets tighter. Think about your hands squeezing as your throat gets tighter. Ah. Number 2, try pushing more air out as you go higher. Ah. Try saying the sound without opening your mouth. And number 3, think of the starting and ending point of the sound. The ending point must be higher than the starting point. Start at a neutral level so you don't have to go too high. Start here. Ah. Here are some example words. Before we say these words, let's try saying this sound without opening our mouth. In other words, close your lips and say the sound. Ma, ca, bố, thú, nó. Huyền, the falling tone. In English, sometimes we make a falling tone at the end of a statement. Yes, I am. Am is a falling tone. Here are 3 things to focus on as you practice dấu huyền. Think of a musical scale going down. Ah. Now slide down the scale. Ah. As you go down, notice that your throat gets looser. Ah. I'm going to squeeze my hand and let my hand get looser. Ah. As I open my hand, I'm also loosening my throat. Ah. Try pushing out less air as you go down. Ah. Think of the starting and ending points of the sound. The ending point must be lower than the starting point. Ah. Start at a neutral level so you don't have to go too low. If you start down here, ah is too low. Just go ah. Here are some example words. Let's try saying the tone without opening our mouth. So close your lips. Ma, ba, ga, rồi, gì. Dấu ngang, or the flat tone. It's also sometimes called không dấu, no tone. In this tone, or the absence of a tone, you have to support the end of the sound and keep it at the same level, which we don't tend to do in English. Here are 3 things to focus on as you practice dấu ngang. Think of sustaining a musical note. Don't go higher or lower, louder or quieter. Ah. You can hold your hands steady to represent your throat not tightening or loosening. Ah. Your throat stays steady and the air coming out is constant. And think of the starting and ending point of the sound. The ending point must be at the same level as the starting point. Here are some example words. Before we say these, let's say the word with our lips closed. Ma, thu, cô, mưa, thăm. Dấu ngã, the wave. Think of the sound you make as you wag your finger from side to side and say, ah, ah, ah. When you do that, ah, 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 you can feel your throat closing and opening. That's exactly what you want to do when you make this dấu ngã. Use your hand. Squeeze your hand closed and then let it open again. When you close your hand, it's like your throat cutting off. And when you open again, it's like your throat opening back up and your voice will continue with a rising tone. Ngã. So it basically looks like this. There's a short sound. Your throat will close right here. And after that, your throat will open again and do a rising tone. Here's some example sounds. Before we say them, let's say this tone with our lips closed. Hmm-mm. Hmm-mm. Mã. Mũ. Rõ. Giữ. Lỗ. Dấu nặng, the dot. Much like dấu ngã, your throat will close and cut off the sound. But with this tone, your throat doesn't open again. The end of the word is essentially cut off. Use your hand on this one. Squeeze your hand closed, and that's like your throat cutting off. Your hand will not open again. So just ma. To say words correctly with dấu nặng, you should say the word with a flat tone first so you can hear the sounds in the word. Then say it with dấu nặng. Start and quickly close your throat to cut off the sound. Let's say this sound without opening our lips. Hm. Your throat will close immediately. Hm. We'll say these with the flat tone first and then the dot. Ma, ma. Năng, nặng. Chuột, chuột. Phương, phượng. Dấu hỏi, the question mark. This tone has the most variability of all the tones, meaning that sometimes when you hear it, it'll sound a little bit different than other times. Your voice will start at a neutral level and go down and then up. Your throat will loosen and then tighten. It's important to pay attention to your throat for all these tones, because if you can control your throat, you can make the tones correctly every time. So use your hand again. Start with a neutral hand position, then open your hand up to represent your throat getting looser, and then squeeze your hand tighter again to represent your throat getting tighter. Ah. The amount you rise up shouldn't be much higher than when you started. There's a subtle way to say dấu hỏi and an exaggerated way to say it. If you're somewhere between the two, then you're good. And imagine a wise old Vietnamese man pondering about something. He thinks of a new idea and he makes this sound. Ah. The sound basically looks like this. Neutral, down. The subtle way will be to stop right here. Ah. The exaggerated way will be to continue up. Ah. So you want to be kind of somewhere in the middle here. Ah. Here's some example words. Let's say this tone with our lips closed first. Ma, phở, thử, cả, bẩn,